Hello guys, and welcome back to another Nomadic Monday where we teach you how to transition into digital nomad life. In today's episode, we're going to be teaching you the 10 best apps for travelers and digital nomads all around the world. Topping off the list as the #1 app that has been the most useful during our travels is Google Translate. Google Translate is amazing because we've been able to have conversations with people from all around the world, even if we don't speak a single bit of their language. This proved to be very useful when we were in China, and Daniel had a full 3-hour conversation with a Chinese fellow who he was using Google Translate to talk to Daniel in English, and Daniel was using Google Translate to talk to him in Chinese. It was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life and really solidified Google Translate being a staple in our iPhone. Google Translate has a million awesome features, not just the voice option or even the typing option, but it does let you have this little camera feature that translates any sort of characters, Chinese characters or Thai characters, into the English alphabet. This is extremely useful when you are in strange countries all around the world and trying to decipher a menu that looks like a bunch of squiggles. The second best app that we have in our iPhone right now is Skyscanner. If you guys know anything about us, you know that we travel pretty last minute. We very rarely make plans in advance, and the thing that I love about Skyscanner is that you're able to type in the country that you're starting from and then go into the search bar and just type the words everywhere. This allows you to look for literally the cheapest flight and on the cheapest month for anywhere in the world from your departure city. This allows us to see different countries from all over the world while taking advantage of the cheapest flights available. #3, Google Maps. Google Maps is awesome, and honestly, sometimes better than Apple Maps because it's just able to be used in more areas around the world. When we've compared both apps, there are some places, although very few, where Apple Maps is better, but Google Maps almost always takes the cake. Some amazing features that Google Maps has is that it allows you to download offline maps for a specific region. This is really awesome, especially when you're going into areas where you know you're not gonna have a lot of internet, or you're going a little bit off the beaten path and you don't wanna get lost. Given, when you do go into offline maps, Google does limit some of its features. For example, can't give you estimated time of arrivals, and it can't calculate traffic for you. But if you don't have internet and you don't wanna get lost, Google Maps is an amazing option for you. #4, Booking.com. Again, like we mentioned, we do book things really last minute. Booking.com lets us take advantage of using tons of very rich filters, like Daniel and I travel as a couple. So oftentimes things that are important to us are rooms with a double bed, a private bathroom, some air conditioning because it gets hot here in Southeast Asia. And Booking.com makes it easy to sort these options by lowest price. Booking.com also rewards good behavior. We are now one of their Genius members because we've used them so often, so it gives us sometimes free breakfast, free upgrades, and 15% off some of our bookings. If you actually want $25 off of your first booking on Booking.com and help us get free bookings to wherever we go to next, go ahead and click the link down below so that you can get your $25 off your first day. #5, you're going to want to figure out what is the Uber, Grab, Didi, Gojek that's in the country that you're going to. As you guys know, these are ride-sharing apps that make it really simple to get a pre-negotiated taxi ride or ride share to whatever destination you're looking for. The really nice benefit of these apps, especially when you're traveling abroad and there's language barriers, is there's a pre-negotiated price. So you don't have to sit there and try and haggle with people from all around the world who aren't going to understand you or potentially rip you off. Another benefit, especially when you're going into countries where it's hard to communicate the language or the characters of the language don't translate, using Grab or using Uber automatically translates the location into the language of the driver. So you, on your end, are typing it in English, but your driver is getting the directions in whatever language is native to them. This makes it super easy to not get lost or stranded in some random area of Thailand, which we may or may not have experience with. #6, Netflix. Okay guys, I know that we can't be the only ones that have sat in a 24-hour train ride just to save 10 bucks. So if you guys are in that same boat where you guys are gonna be taking long boat rides or train rides or plane rides, Netflix is going to be your savior. You can download the Netflix app, and it has an offline feature that allows you to download your favorite TV shows and save them onto your phone so that you can use them when you don't have data later. This was really, really helpful when we had our very, very long train journeys in India, where we got to binge Stranger Things from the comfort of our bunk. Number 7, make sure that you get a VPN. No matter where you're traveling around the world, a VPN is really handy, even if it's just to watch the Netflix that you want to watch. Different countries do have different regulations on Netflix, and the shows that Netflix shows you are actually based on the region that you're in. So if you never want to miss out on your episode of Stranger Things or that very specific documentary that you've been dying to watch, make sure that you download a VPN that is reliable, has fast download speeds, and is accessible in the country that you're in. Some VPNs that we've used in the past are ExpressVPN, and we really did like it. It did get a little bit slow, but if you do have VPN recommendations, make sure that you leave them down below so that we can feature them in future videos, give them a try ourselves, and show you in the future. Number 8, Trail Wallet. Trail Wallet is an amazing app because it lets you keep track of your travel budget. This allows you to take in all of the expenses that you do on a daily basis, put them in the currency that you are spending them in, and it'll automatically translate it to your home currency. That way, you're not only tracking exactly the amount of money that you're spending each day in the currency of the country that you're in, but also lets you keep track of your expenses in a budget that's native and understandable to you. Some amazing benefits that Trail Wallet has is the fact that it lets you fully categorize all of your expenses based on the things that you use the most. For example, we have very specific categories that are to us. For example, is business expenses. That's where we document any expenses that we put for the YouTube channel or anything for our businesses that are recurring sort of expenses. This allows it to make it super easy at the end of the year during tax season when we have to sort out all of our expenses based off what the categories are. You can also put categories for food or necessities or even alcohol if that's a huge part of your budget. Trail Wallet makes it very simple and visual to keep track of your budget and your goals. Number 9, you're going to want to get a currency conversion app. Something that you'll notice all around the world is that people tend to get a little sketchy when it comes to money. Getting scammed at currency conversion counters is something that is very common when you're traveling abroad. To avoid these scams, you want to make sure that you stay current on the currency conversion rate of the country that you're visiting in. Being clear on that rate every single day, make sure that you do not get ripped off by all of the counters around the world. And last but not least, WhatsApp. WhatsApp is super essential because even if you have a SIM card from a country 10 years ago, you can still use that to register for WhatsApp, and then all the app requires for the rest of your life is Wi-Fi. This has been absolutely essential for when I'm communicating with my family from back home, or if I'm even trying to contact a new hostel in a different country. If they have a WhatsApp account, it doesn't matter what country their actual cell phone number is from, I am able to call them, FaceTime them, and send them messages. WhatsApp is just a super handy app to keep in touch with not just your friends and family, but also with businesses all around the world. Different countries do have different apps that are similar to this. For example, China has WeChat and Thailand has Line. WhatsApp is pretty general and commonplace all around the world with a few exceptions in those countries, so make sure that before you go to a country that you do some research. And that is it, guys. We hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button so you can get the rest of our Nomadic Mondays that are coming this season, because we've got some really juicy things for you. On that note, guys, make sure you click the subscribe button and we'll see you on our next adventure. Oh, and while you're sticking around, make sure that you click this button to subscribe or watch our Nomadic Mondays playlist here or binge watch from the beginning so you can see us live the nomadic life. See ya!